here up to spreads. So you can see the first writing mind mapping. You cannot spare mind with your time. Is that time? Can you spare mind? No. MIT, we cannot pronounce what it is. So this I is the factor which ignites the mind. But controlling the I factor is very crucial, and that distinguishes one man from the other. Who is bonded with I perishes. Who sees the greater I as described in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the person is united with the world, united with the universe. So the theme which I have taken, that is living in new selves. Living in new selves reshapes our thinking. From my childhood days, unknowingly I am weak towards the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind. I will tell you at the end part how conscious, subconscious, you can say the preconscious and unconscious, they are related. Subconscious mind operates more on the basis of speed rather than accuracy. Why and how? Immediately we see something, like it is told, in my childhood days, সেটা এমনকি কোয়া যায় যাহা পুଅକୁ ସାପ କାମୁଡେ ତା ମାର ମାଳ ଭୂତ ଘରିକାର ଯୋଉ କଥା ଚାଲେ ତା ଯୋଉ ଅନେକ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଛାଇ and we fear our shadows. It's only because the speed in our subconscious mind. Immediately we scale something, we listen something, we see something, and immediately we conceptualize something. That becomes a mistake. So, rather than accuracy, we believe in speed, and many times we fall into a wrong notion. So mind is trying to make sense of the world because you are not always taking in all information. Sometimes it will just assume the information based on past events and analyze the past events, but there in your mind. Our subconscious mind is constantly working behind the scene. It's what keeps breathing when you sleep. Listen it again. It's what keeps breathing when we sleep. It stores all our memories, habits, fears, and phobia. Here, I can talk you of 6 blind men who went to pursue an elephant. They have a past experience within them. So the person who is holding the tail reacts that it is a snake. It is like a rope. The person who just has his hands in the body says it is like a worm. The person who is holding the leg, elephant is like a tree. The person who holds the trunk, elephant is like a some big rope like thing, or I feel I am like sitting near a banyan tree. In this way, our past experiences they determine many things which may not be true. So, the most powerful word is patience and time is the wisest counselor of all. The bad news is time flies. But the good news is you are the pilot. So if you are the pilot, the route in which you will choose to fly, that becomes your route and that will be your destination. Now I gradually come down to my topic because it's very vast. Eisenhower matrix. I wish some of you must have heard it under time management. But let me start from this. Eisenhower. He was the President of America in 1953. During Second World War, he was the captain of Operation Torch. And he has got many glories in Army and Navy operations. Became the President of America. And his thoughts were determined as conservative. But definitely the persons with very high experiences, very large experiences, when he talks of his life, then the core thing comes, the urgent are not important and the important are never urgent. So, putting it graphically, there are four quadrants: urgent, not urgent; important, not important. So you can find four quadrants: urgent and important, not urgent and important, urgent, not important, not urgent, not important. So from there, what is urgent and important, you have to do it. An accident. The person is dying. There is no other alternative than taking him or her to the hospital. It's an urgent need, urgent and important. So there is not a big thing in deciding. That is the call of love. The only difference is if you have money, you will take to a private hospital. If you are not, you take to the government hospital. If the private hospital says no, again you go to the government hospital. Then, urgent, but not important. Before that, let me do the fourth one. Not urgent and not important. Here also, he was not a deciding factor. It is not important, not urgent. Leave it. So delete. You don't pay a look. Now coming to the next, urgent, but not important. So if I tell you the examples of that, you'll be astonished. I love some cereal, and the time is 8 o'clock. I am outside, and it is already 7:50. I have to reach my house by 9. So if I have to cross the railway gate, I may be in a hurry to cross the gate, and there are instances that people die. An accident. Many things are there. Attending the birthdays of friends. Urgent. You cannot attend the birthday tomorrow. You cannot attend a party tomorrow. You cannot attend the marriage or other things tomorrow. Urgent, but not important. I was DSW in Odisha. There are 12 hostels. In one hostel, they couldn't finalize a guest. The whatever couldn't finalize a guest. Then they came to me, sir, guest, looking. Then I finalized Kalpana Das. Fellas might be knowing her. Kalpana Das, the first lady from Odisha to scale Mount Everest. Second, I was there in the gate of the university. I piloted her up to the hostel, made her reach the hostel, and immediately after that, I came over. Then what happened? The next day, some of the students came, sir, why you didn't do? Well, the matter is, already functions of 5 hostels are finished, and I have not attended that. And as DSW, I have the invitation to go to every hostel. I have not gone there. Another 6 hostels are there. So, in 1 year, if at least I will attend 12 functions, then minimum 5 hours, 60 hours I have to invest in attending the functions of the hostels, and that is not there with me. I can do many more important things in that time. So, it is urgent, but not important. Similarly, you can think of so many activities you do. You feel that is very urgent at that point of time, but that is not important. Reading the newspaper, listening to the news, but it is there. It is not urgent, but important. If you learn some 10 words a day, not urgent, but important. If you are trained by first aid, not urgent, but important. You don't know at what time it will be of help to you. If you increase your vocabulary, increase your general knowledge, not urgent, but important. So important as a futuristic view. Then, if I distinguish, if you incline to what is urgent and not important, ultimately you will discover yourself for a full surprise. It is enjoyable. If, as the Vice Chancellor, I am attending the birthdays of all my students of the university, everybody will be happy. Wherever I will go, they will be happy. Even if I will attend the birthdays of my faculties, they will be happy. But if I am taking that sort of decision, every day I might have to visit 5, 6, 7, 10 houses, or more than that. I am lost. And ultimate pressure will be on the university. We cannot go higher. I cannot attend all the functions. So, what is urgent and not important, we have to delegate to others. We may postpone it. We may scratch it from the mind. No, it is not so important for me. But if I am going to build me up, if I am going to build me up, I have to keep me in second quadrant, not urgent but important. I have to be very serious about my studies from the first day. It is not urgent, It is serious. People become serious after before after the notices comes for the examination. But you have to be serious from the very beginning. So on this, you can listen for at least an hour from me. That is a part of the time management. But here, I've included it in the introductory part of the mind mapping because you have to place yourself in the quadrant 2, not urgent but important, which is a deciding factor in shaping your personality. Okay? The great time management means being effective as well as efficient. So again, I underline the two words, efficient and effective. When I say efficient, that is doing things right. Doing things right. But when I say effective, that is doing right things. It is one of the great exponents of management. Peter Drucker gone through the management style of America and management style of Japan. So there he told there is a big difference between efficiency and effectiveness. You may be efficient, you may be the first class first. A very good doctor has some 10 degrees from outside the country, but his behavior is bad. He is drunk most of the times. I cannot send my daughter alone to that great doctor. I cannot send my daughter alone to that great doctor, though I know he is very good. He may solve the problem. Still, I will make some other arrangements. I cannot send her. Okay, there lies the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. As a human being, as a person, as your behavioral part, that determines your knowledge. Now I am gradually coming to the topic. Nothing is ever really lost to us as long as we remember it. Talking of Swami Vivekananda, who was reading a page in one look. Reading a page in one look. Besides being pure in his thoughts and actions, Swami Vivekananda is known for his eidetic memory and his ability at speed reading. He could memorize a book just by going through it for a single time. Some accounts have called Vivekananda a Shrutidhara, a person who is a prodigious memory. So people, coming to the last line, let me tell you, how we read. How we read a page? How much time we take to read a page? Have you ever calculated? No. How much time you take to write a page? Have you calculated? No. But your time is fixed. You will sit for 3 hours, 180 minutes in an examination, and if your timing of writing is 10 minutes per page, your answer has to be bracketed within 18 minutes. If you can write in 5 minutes a page, you can go for 36 pages. But we don't at all think of. Though examination is a determining factor, what is my average time to read a page? And what is my average time to write a page? What is it? When I am reading, what happens normally? Let me tell you. In a line, there are 8 words. You give 8 looks. 8 looks, you look to each word which is there. Yes or no? You read each word, but I am looking to Rose. My mind is fixed with her, but I could see Abhishek, I could see Anu sitting here. I am not looking to them. I am looking to Rose. But I am even looking to Rose, I could see Bharati sitting here. I could see Chitta sitting here. So my range is this. You are getting me? So if maybe you can have a small exercise. Suppose there are 8 words. You are getting 8 looks with a little effort. You can read it 2 glances. 4, 5, 5, 10 words. You can have in 2 looks. And Vivekananda was of such a standard, he looks to the middle of the page and he would just swimming his look from the first line to the last line. Over. It is not something impossible, but possible. You may not go to that level, but at least as I told you, you can read, if you try for 3-4 days, 5 words in a glance. So, what you are saying? In 2 glances, or 5 words in 5 glances, 5 words in 1 glance, you are saying 4 glances. You can now take it up, the whole book. You are saving a lot of time. That is how you are utilizing the domain of your eyes. So remember the rhymes and mnemonics. We can remember poetry better than prose. Why? It has a rhythm, it has rhymes, meters. Otherwise, what happens? Forgetting is a very natural thing. You cannot stop forgetting even if you try. But you can slow down forgetting by using the practices of retrieving and spacing. That I can say as strategic remembering. What I am reading today, tomorrow the same thing is not there. What the lecturer talks you today, if you don't keep the notes, if you don't keep the lineup, 50% of your listening is lost next morning when you wake up. And after a week, more than 70-75% is lost. So if you have a strategic remembering practices, then you can remember many things. Even I have tested it in a school right from just a month back. They could recite a poem of standard 3, but they couldn't tell a single poem of previous years. They were in class 10. They couldn't recite the poems they have read, any one poem they have read last year, but they could recite in chorus a poem of class 3. How? It is the rhythm and it is your love for that part of the literature. You have appreciated that in your heart of hearts. That's why it is remembered. So then I take you up to memory palace. It is a practice around 2700 years old. There is a poet in Greece, a great poet. He was called on to a meeting and suddenly something bad happened. He, with all those poets who were there on the stage, they expired, burnt. None of whom could be identified. One of the persons was sitting in the audience who was very minutely looking to these persons. So what he did, he took a brush and started drawing the faces which he has seen. Then some of those burnt bodies could be identified. What is it? Then it was known as imaging. The imaging in the brain could recognize a lost people. So that gradually developed to the concept of memory palace. It's not, they could have coined the word memory house, but palace. Palace is not for everybody. Palace is there for specific people. The rooms which are allotted for specific people. So in your memory, some specific things exist, others do not. They are outside. So now I am coming to mind mapping. For students, it is very important. For faculty members, it is more important. And if you are a researcher, like this book, it is much more important to know. Because a researcher has to read a lot many books, lot many information has to be combined, assembled. Mind mapping is a powerful note-taking method. Again, I tell you, have the word imaging. Mind maps not only highlight important facts, but also show the overall structure of a subject and the relative importance of individual parts. They are great when you need to think creatively and can help you to make new connections between ideas. Underline, new connections between ideas. The whole book can be concised to some concepts as we write in the research paper the key words. Alright. So just to reiterate, a mind palace, originally referred to as the method of Lucy, is a memory device used to commit a large amount of information to memory by combining visual and spatial memory. It's a Latin word for places, and the ancient Greeks are credited for creating this method. So, next, mind mapping technique. How you do it? I'll give you examples a little bit after it. It involves writing down a central theme and thinking of new and related ideas which radiate out from the center. So start in the center of a blank page, turn the page sideways, use an image or picture for your central idea. An image is worth 1,000 words, which others must have read many ways. A picture is more than a book. use colors throughout, connect main branches to the central image, make your lines curved sometimes, use one keyword for line, and use images throughout, so that you will develop a pictorial memory. A pictorial memory. I am giving you two things here. One is, some of you must have attended the patients in the hospital. The doctors in ground just pay a look to the hourly, 3-hourly records of temperature. With a single look, the doctor could guess or decide whether it is fluctuating or it is stagnant. It has become calm. By that, the prescription follows. The doctor doesn't go to see what are the temperature last night at 9 o'clock, what was it at 12 o'clock, what was it at 3 o'clock, what was it at 6 o'clock. The doctor doesn't say that. Just a look to the line graph, the decision is made. Number 2. I was teaching in a class. The class was accounting. What are the branches of accounting? When I say branches, definitely in my mind I could get a tree. So I made a tree, that is the tree of accounting. Then branches, each branch is a part of accounting. Cost accounting, management accounting, in that way. Can I write? Any student who is listening to them could remember, as we are better in pictorial memory than so the more you develop pictorial memory, the more your contents of memory will develop. See, mind here. I told you in the center, there was a central theme that is placed in the middle of the blank page. In associations, there are different colors used. From the central theme, it radiates out. Curved lines after that. Keywords. Proximity. So the colors and images are there. I will make you more clear. What is there? Planning, collaborations, analysis, productivity, over and above, creativity. So in a strategic manner, we plan. It helps us to delve deeper into the subject, promotes communication and teamwork. It helps to boost productivity, and it is related to the ideas of innovation. Thereby, it helps. I am giving you. Initially, I had talked to you about time management. This is the mind mapping for time management, where there is clarity, effectiveness, mind tools, faster remembering, delegation, and another word, see, work-life balance. Work-life balance is concerned with balancing our household jobs and the workplace. We have chosen to work. That is our decision. But as we work in the workplace, can we leave our health conditions? Can we leave our family responsibilities? Even can we leave if our neighbor is seriously ill, needs blood? So we have to keep a balance. That doesn't mean I'll take a plea of work at home. I'll take a plea of home at work. The responsibilities which I have taken, that I have to undertake. That is your long-term gain and decides your personality. You have to supervise. You have to answer the questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. The key issues and the SMART goals. SMART again another good acronym. The person who wears costly dresses is not smart. Okay? The person who wears costly dresses is not smart. In cutting humor, I can say you. In one of the marriages of the sister of my friend, I saw two young men are coming, well dressed, and they have a packet in their hand. But somehow I doubt their activities. I followed them. The sister of my friend was sitting. They went to them from outside. They have seen the name Vitali. Vitali, best of luck. Gave the packet. They were not aware that I was following them. After some minutes, I told Mama, give that packet to me. And what happened? Give that packet. I turned that packet. There was nothing in the packet. It was just some papers which are there inside. Packet was just covered by covered paper. And I wanted them to know that I have discovered their gift. Then I wanted to know that are you the friend of Pitali? Yes. What is the title of Pitali? Could you follow me? What is the title of Pitali? They couldn't say. Rather, sweats came out from their head. So then I told, where from you got these dresses? Straight I asked. It is of course after my past experience. Then he told, our friend is working in a white washing shop. We have got it from him for a day. And we give it back after having some food here. And we don't get the right food to eat. So this is the method we have taken out to get the food. So smart doesn't mean with good dress or even costly dresses. Smart is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. That is it. Then one thing more, communication. What I say, the listener understands. It may not be. It is there in a course in English. Topics are there. It is from the listener's point of view that I tell. I may be telling in a right manner, but my words may not be understood by the listener. I may be telling something important, but the listener may be physically in front of me, but mentally absent. So at that time, there is a gap in what I say and what the other person is saying. So there, the managing time becomes a myth. We couldn't do that. Productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence. Now we can address the program. Go back. Go back. Intelligent planning and focused effort. Underline again. Focused effort. If the effort is not focused, you will just be engrossed in hard work and you feel that you are working. Nobody is recognizing your efforts, but if you are not focused, it is gone. If everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. So make your priorities a priority. Then you will be focused. Limit your resources. Rest is a necessity of your life. The day before examination, some students they don't take rest. So ultimately what happens? They come with a half-slept mind. And what they write, they don't know. Because in their mind, the right answer is there. But what they write, that is not the answer. Set deadlines. I'll do this by this time. Align your biological lock. Try to practice different topics. Otherwise, you'll be bored sometimes. Don't try to solve everything. It is just like a mango tree having lakhs of buds. I think all of you have seen mango buds during the early spring. That's why the noon night at the end part of the ocean is known as Bakuro. Bakuro is the mango birds. All the birds which will be there in a mango tree, they will not be ripening mangoes. If it will be so, then what will happen to the mango tree? It will be broken. Not possible. So maybe 1/10 of the birds will ripen. Another 9/10 will be lost on the way of maturity. Similarly, there are hopes, our attempts, our dreams. Back from mind mapping has come again. Another view that is from cobwebs. From cobwebs also the idea of www World Wide Web has come. What does it speak of? Patience with hard work is the one that moves mountains. Patience in idleness moves nothing. not even cobwebs. It's a very intricate mechanism, but it teaches us many things. Perseverance leads to great work like a cowbell, and it says small can be significant. Many small things. You can think of the volume of your vehicle up under the wheels. It determines the working of your vehicle, but it is very small. A spider web, cobweb, is a structure created by a spider out of proteinaceous spider silk extruded from its spinneret, generally made to catch its prey so that the spider will eat. Spider webs have existed for at least 100 million years. Many spiders build webs specifically to trap and catch insects to eat. However, not all spiders catch their prey in webs, and some do not build webs at all. So the word cobweb is also used by biologists to describe the tangled three-dimensional web as cobweb spiders. They actually have a huge range of web architectures, and it has a meaning, and especially if you have to learn patience, learn from the spider. Spider can be your guru. All you need is the plan, a roadmap, and courage to press on your destination. And your subconscious mind is more important than your conscious mind sleeps, but not the subconscious mind. It is always there. It records and remembers everything, even records those things which you have listened properly. How I can represent that? It is out of another experiment of mine. In Women's College, I told some 100 students to write the words to appreciate somebody. 100 girls could write only 42 words in 30 minutes. But I asked one of them, suppose when you are going out, a rickshaw puller looking at you comes very near and the wheels of rickshaw is on your chappal. What will happen? I will scold you. But can I know how many words you use for their scolding and which school has taught that? No. But the words will be definitely more than 50. It was in your it is stored in your brain, but nobody has noticed that. Not only your mother. You are not also learned that from there. You have not paid attention in learning those things, but it is there within you. When you are not in balance, when you are angry, or you are in a talking mode, you touch something which you don't realize. It goes out of your hold. It keeps you from being overwhelmed by your senses. It learns through habituation. It takes all messages literally. It has no verbal language of its own. It speaks to you in your dreams. It is not logical, but it is emotional. It does millions of things at once. It's more powerful than the conscious mind. It is more powerful than the conscious mind. If you know your mind, you can program it for success. If you believe you can, probably you can. If you believe you won't, you most assuredly won't. Belief is the ignition switch that gets you off of the launching pad. So focused mind power is one of the strongest forces on earth. You can do. You can reach at the mountain top. You can. If you believe, you can make possible the impossible. How? The unconscious mind is the primary source of human behavior. Like an ice ball, the most important part of the mind is the part you cannot see. Our feelings, motives, decisions are actually powerfully influenced by our past experience and stored in the unconscious. It is the Freudian way. So see the floating ice ball. Conscious part is one thing. What we see of that part is maybe less than a half of one thing. And within, see the big ice mountain, which is because this talk is listened by people from 4 countries outside. So idea lives on. Ideas have endurance without death. Ideas do not die. I have shown you 2 things here, 2 pictures. You can identify a ship that is none other than Titanic. And the captain failed to scale the iceberg. Floating, the captain thought my big ship will thrust it off, but ultimately drowned. Right. That means, remember it throughout your life, overconfidence is the biggest threat of a winner. Overconfidence is the biggest threat of a winner. You can be a little bit stressed, that is good, is the spice of life. So, the second picture is sapling. Sapling is like an idea. If you nurture, it will grow. If you do not pay attention to that, it will perish. So prosperity, to prosper or to perish, lies with us. So I wish, as I tell always, brain is the most fertile soil of all these words created by the God. I have tried to sow some good seeds on your brain. Live with the ideas, manage your time properly, and you may not be efficient, but be effective. And if you are efficient and effective, nothing like it. But be effective, it is more important than being efficient. Because by telling you in very harsh words, when you will die, we cannot walk to the innocent ground. 4 or 5 people are required to take us out. Some of them might not have got good behavior from us, but they will do that activity. So when our dependence. Is for some people who will not take money from us because my money will not work there, my power will not work there, my family background will not work there, my palatial building will not work there, my dresses will not work there. It is the nature of human behavior which will have a magnetic effect when I am in need, but I cannot ask for help. And that will happen to each one of us. We cannot say, none of us can say that I will not die. That will come. There is a person in Greek mythology, Sisyphus, a very muscular fellow, as a king, and he sat on penance. The god appeared before him. What do you want? Now I want that I will not die. I will live forever. Then the god told, you can ask for something other. No, I want this only. I will not die. I live forever. Okay. I know. The way you say, love kiya jaye. It will not? Yes. Then the God said, anyway, you are a very powerful person. Do a very small thing, then you will be immortal. What is that? You just have to carry the stone to the top of the mountain. The moment the stone will be at the tip of the mountain, you will be immortal. Oh, this work I will do. I again reiterate. Overconfidence is the greatest threat of engineers. He tried with the passion of immortality, tried to push that stone to the top of the mountain. He was very near to the top. At that time, the interesting fluctuation came to his mind. He saw back to see how much he has covered. At that time, he lost his balance. And at the top of the almost 9/10 of the mountain is covered. At that point, he lost his balance and the stone started rolling to the ground. He came back, cursing himself. Now I will not look back. I will carry it to the top. He tried. But he couldn't take that even to the level which he had reached. Again it came down. Tried for the good time. He couldn't cover it with the 50%. In that way, some days later, one day, again he sat and asked the God, I want this now. God appeared and told, what do you want? I want to die. Thank you. The PowerPoint they had seen which was made 25 years back. And it is done only last year. So, the new words, new concepts which you came across, you can keep it. Try to go through that and ask me again. There are so many things inside. Particularly, you may forget 17 out of the 18 slides. But don't forget that slides. You have to concentrate on not urgent but important things. That will change your life. You can try that for a month. Life will change. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Many students and even our faculty might not have heard the term mind mapping. Actually, I have not heard this term. When sir joined and went to Commerce Department and asked somebody about mind mapping, actually, I didn't dare to ask sir what is mind mapping. Later on, from him only, I came to know about this topic. It is about mind, subconscious, and conscious mind that Freud has said, ego, superego, etc. So, thank you, sir, for enlightening us on such a topic. We shall be grateful to you. We will definitely try to go more on the topic, explore the topic. Some teachers might have some thoughts, and we may clarify our query at any moment. Thank you. Thank you.
For the students, concentrate on not urgent but important. Don't be fooled by the urgent works or some urgent call that may put you to difficulty. So think before you act. And build yourself up to reach your goal. You want to be a civil servant, you want to be a manager. Some of you might be desirous of a doctor or anything else, even social service. But you have to prove yourself. So you have to place you in not urgent but important. That is for the students and property is what I intended. Of the different departments, we are giving, not only giving the it's a pressure on the departments to organize seminars. It is not a college, it has become a university. It has become a university. So, carefully, even if you will go through 100 books, you cannot get all these which you are listening to. One. Second thing is, I could have talked on mind mapping without a PPT. I could have talked on mind mapping with my 25 years old slide. It is also not bad. There are so many interesting things out there which I have not used here. So, I just want to give you a hint. Every day is a working day. So I have tried, toiled, I can say, not less than 7 hours yesterday to prepare each word, the metrics which I told you. Who is that person? What are the importance? And what made him to develop that matrix? He was the President of America. That for 2 terms. Living a very luxurious life. But why he told about this? This is what his strategy of Second World War and he was. As I was telling you, Operation Torch. He did that. So, those things I went on writing. I again reiterated what is my intention. And what was there 2,500 years ago. Those things, some of them I knew and some of them I knew only not last time. What I did, I couldn't place before you even 1/10 of that. Last 7 hours which I have invested yesterday, evening, and I also today morning. This is what presented is less than 1/10. And this is just a stepping stone, I can say, if I propose it to show you, because on 9th December, I'm going to talk on this. Again, I have one talk, the other sir has listened that on mind mapping without editing. But again, on December 9th, it will be listened by many parts of the country and outside the country. In an international platform, India Research Forum. It will happen. So I just said it. Just with one glimpse I laid out. In the first slide, when I first delivered the topic, that was the year 2006. So the initial PPT which I have made, I started with 2 scholars. 2 scholars. I wanted, that was a day, I was taking a class. That was the class of my daughter. And my question was, can you identify the person from the scholar? It's a scholar of the very important persons. Nobody could answer. Then my answer was, one scholar is the scholar of an ordinary man. I don't identify with this person. But the second scholar is Leonardo da Vinci. Can you distinguish between Leonardo da Vinci and this ordinary scholar? No. So that is what, from where I developed a living scope, mind mapping, and the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. So it may not be, we will not be efficient, but we